everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Steelers going up against the Huskies.
By EA Sports, the go is it's unlike any other in sport as both teams are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Toronto Huskies. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto Ball Club as they enter play here. An early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll. Weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out comes the offense to over for the first time. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
So many that open things up for you as well.
Tight end. Or the 2 to official
with the man next.
And back to and the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
To be an offensive lineman having to come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them. The Steelers insert defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they see. He'll look to throw. Up top. 15. It's a big air on down. 41 yards.
Play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad. But they took the shot, didn't get it, and there's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3, psychologically maybe a win for the defense. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
Solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You've got something positive on the board, and you've got the early lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by Big Ben, their veteran quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger.
He's one of the more talented quarterbacks in the league, but I still don't think he gets enough appreciation for his ability to read defenses and lead his ball club.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And huge yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second. Really on offense.
Almost by name. Very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
After the penalty, it's Bell. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Really held him to a short gain on that one. And it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They'll set up to throw. Gonna let one fly for run. And he fires one that's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he's headed back to the 33-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything. To draw. Chances are.
In which position?
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Starting, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, do it.
Action. Here's Roger. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Second down, here's Roethlisberger. And he rifles one in. And look, Steeler offense.
When it comes to Bell, it's not about his style. Watch him run and almost stop behind the line of scrimmage before he wants to. It's a style that's his to him. Everyone else can emulate it.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Well, he needed a little to ride upright that time, but fortune smiled down on him.
In terms of distance, he had more than the question was straight, and he's indeed very fortunate to get the bounce there.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Now this offense ready to head back out there. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The back gets hit.
Let's go. Green 35.
They'll set up a throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Whitney merciless. In there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the bring up 4th down.
Ball was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. So they bring out their punter. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Now Brown. Brown with his stick skills. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Down at 10 now for the... Roethlisberger to Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Nifty move. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. So 1 quarter in the books here on our first Sunday night telecast of the year. 10-3 the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll go again with Bell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
What a tremendous play by the defensive line. Instead of getting too far upfield against the draw, able to hold their spot and make a big play in the backfield.
The offense down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On play action, they'll throw. Robinson with a big catch. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? This big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4, you have flexibility. Put the one downsides is an offensive team to running the football. You can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should... You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
Hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. It's not going to end in play. You consider where this drive started. You probably the success.
I do, and I know that without points, it's hard to say that a drive truly was a success. But think of it this way. Changing field position, maybe giving your defense a little bit of a break.
And they'll send out their punter on for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the feed. Little bit of lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be...
Watch him straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of set him apart.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. The guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in.
That came in out of his reach. Now Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Part Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face the very next down. Had to throw the play and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Back, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right 1-yard line. It's about over again. They're going to have yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They run the counter now on first down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. Using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Walker with it over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now back to throw. He's going to flip it to his running back. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down right around the 40 this time. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. They give him a gain of 37.
There will always be for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Red zone to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw. This is caught. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Delaney Walker as the first half is winding down. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is.
Personal foul. Face mask.
That flag on 15.
Matter of the face mask part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first to Flisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the outside. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season, as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The Huskies are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Steelers won't either. They know they just need to take it one time. All right, let's roll those highlights. 1st and 10. On the run, the ball comes loose. Huskies recover the ball and return it for a touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. About halfway through the second, defense will get to the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Late in the second, pass coverage will break down here, and he'll be tackled at the 16-yard line. Still a little time left on the clock. Walker's got the catch coming across the middle. He caps off the 8-play drive with a touchdown. That puts them up by 2 touchdowns.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage. I really liked what he did there.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And the Steelers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Good for good as. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from it.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Kevin Minter in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play?
You've been me up here in the booth. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. They'll look to throw here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
His feet toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
On second down, it's Bell. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He deserves a bronze leg as he gets it in at the 24. That'll be put in the books as a 53 punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Captain leading his back out now. And he think he is evaluating his game so far. He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Back to throw here. Over complete. It's 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot of play. Have a safety valve. This guy, big target, guy you can put it on him when your other targets are
complete. Pass on second down now for the stop. He'll get running back on the play there. A nice job defending, and it likely forces situation on 4th.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Antonio Brown kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 87 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 15-10. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And now running right through it. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The offense on third down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah. It's going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
He's averaging just under 50 yards this away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready for that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to Toronto. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And the Steelers on third down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often. Fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes you want to just keep
success on the defensive end. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5.
Some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They're going to look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense own coverage, so as a former DB, is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Now it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nigel Bradham Coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And the Steelers on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Brandon lands on it. That's going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot is to be right at the 25-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Whitney Merciless. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine that when you talk about a 300-yard...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! A big play there. 55 yards. These guys find a way to stretch that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct count, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky. Speed limits out there, and off went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he slides to avoid the hit. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock. They come up on second. On second down, Roethlisberger firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
The offense on third down tonight, can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump-off. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Management definitely critical here in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he loses the football a second time. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Again, it's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And the Steelers on third down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. They're up at Roethlisberger. He to Brown, complete. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up before he's brought down. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. And in a 2-score game, obviously, play every third down like 5. Big.
It was a huge.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.